So for our high and low intensity interval training today, you will need some sort of glider. You have the actual gliders, right? I think. No? Okay, dish towels or paper plates work as well. But these are actually really nice. They're only like $10 on Amazon, and they have like a soft side, like a cloth side, and then a plastic side. So if you've got like carpet, you can put the plastic down. If you got hardwood floor, you can put the cloth side. And then light hand weights, and then a chair for balance if you need it, and then a mat. Using lots of props. But let's go ahead and press play on the playlist. It's EPH 8-week 8-hit/split. Starts with a fast car. Let's begin in 3, 2, 1. And we'll just start with our nice full body warm up. Standing nice and tall, rolling those shoulders down the back body. That feels good. Let's do a couple more. Inhaling your shoulders up towards your ears, exhaling, opening them out. Last one here. Good. Gently close your eyes and then feel the weight of the body distributed across the feet. So are you pushing your weight more towards the heel, more towards the toe? If so, if it's in more one direction than the other, go ahead and distribute that evenly and then think about your weight across the foot to the inside and the outside. Have a slight bend in your knees. Feel free to flutter your eyes open. Make sure your hips are over your heels and your rib cage is stacked over your hips and pelvis. Let's go ahead with those neck rolls. Inhaling our chin down towards our chest and over to one side. Exhaling back and around. Our shoulders should be back and down along the back body. And the only thing moving here should be the neck. Everything else is relatively relaxed, although you might feel a little bit of engagement, just slight engagement in the core as we support this really nice, tall posture. Go ahead and reverse direction when you're done with that rotation. Noticing the sensations you're feeling in the neck, perhaps along the shoulder girdle, or maybe along the front of the chest. Sometimes even depending on where or how you are rotating, you might feel sensations down the arms, which is always interesting. Go ahead and bring your head up through center. Go ahead, inhale, lift up and over, flexing in that rib cage, really breathing into that side that's open and flexing on the other side. Exhale, stack up those ribs. Other side. So I was mentioning in this morning's group, this week we're focusing on centering, right, on the core, on the powerhouse, meaning like we really want to think about stabilizing and activating all the muscles between the rib cage and the pelvis. And what we're doing here is really just creating movement and mobility in the rib cage while our pelvis and our hips stay even and equal, grounded into like going straight down as we were trying to breathe into that side bone, getting air into those intercostals. Inhale those arms up overhead. Exhale those elbows out wide. Open up that chest. Because as you know, since you are a science teacher, we have all those little muscles that surround the ribs. And if we don't stretch them out, not just those muscles, but also the fascia that is like our exoskeleton, one more time. If we don't stretch it out, then we have a harder time over time taking deep breaths, right? And oxygenating the blood and the muscles. Let's roll it down. Inhale as you lift it up. Trying not to move the hips forward or back, but really focusing on articulating that spine and creating space between the vertebrae, head up last. Inhale, arms overhead, one more. Exhale, roll it down. Inhale, come on up. Woo, that feels good. Go ahead and just give you a couple of hip circles. If this is too intense, you can always just lift up, open, and close to whatever your range of motion is, just to lubricate the hips here. We will be using them. And then let's bring our feet a little bit narrower than our hips and start to prance it out a little bit. Knees coming straight forward, not out to the sides, right? So knees in line with the hips, feet in line with the knees. Here we go. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and lower those heels down. All right, let's get started. First thing we're going to do, we don't need any props unless you want hand weights. That's an option. So if you need a chair, use it here for balance. We're going to give a nice side kick, getting into that side butt. Come down, land on that side, hinge towards there, do a skater in one direction, in the other direction, and then back in that first direction. So 3 skaters, and then back up to that side kick. 1, 2, 3, side kick. All right? So low intensity, no weights, and use something to help you with balance for your side kick. High intensity, try the balance challenge, and option to also add hand weights so that for your skaters, you have a weighted arm. Okay? Questions? Good to go? Let's pick it up in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. We got 40 seconds on the clock. Good. So the body's facing forward, everything is square. We lift up that leg to the side. Yes. We lower gently on the ground. Almost there, 10 seconds to go. Good. Lift doesn't have to be super high. I'd rather the lift be lower and everything be facing forward than a little bit higher and you get all out of whack, right? And pause. Good. Take a breather. Feeling that a little bit in your side butt and that gluteus medius, which was the star of my bar training. So much gluteus medius work. Same thing on the other side. So we lift up, we come down, land on that side, lean into that knee, opposite, one more, and then straight up into another kick. Weights for high intensity, no weights for low intensity. Let's start now. Let's go. We got 40 seconds on the clock. Try not to hinge too far forward with the chest. Try not to send your knees too far forward when you're in those skaters. Send your weight towards the heel. Here we go. Exhale on that leg lift. Control the lift and lower. Maybe even take like a little split-second pause when the leg is in the air. Yeah, there it is. Feel it, feel it. Here we go. Woo! And pause. Right there, just right there, right? Just like right there. That's where it is. All right. Excuse me. The trees are really shedding. Next move. We have a narrow squat. We're gonna sit back into it, okay? So you sink back into the heels, come up, low intensity, elbow to opposite knee. Back, other side, other elbow to opposite knee. High intensity, we add a hop and a quarter turn. So we come back, up and hop, up and hop. Arms go in the opposite side as you are rotating, all right? Pick it up in 3, 2, 1, go. Here we go. Yes. Here we go, here we go. Keep going. I'm going to check you out. Good. You got it. Land light on the feet. 10 seconds to go. Almost there. You got it. Keep breathing. For 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Woo. All right. Next one we got, you're going to pick up those weights for high intensity. We're going to come into our second position. So feet are turned out. Come down into our squat. Wherever feels comfortable for you. But a point where you hold it and you're nice and stable. Elbows come to your side body. hands point each other, palms face one another. You're going to come up and rotate through the body, extending your arm overhead. Pick it up for a little more cardio, high intensity with the weights as well. Low intensity, drop the weights, come up and reach, and have a slower controlled movement. All right, let's begin in 3, 2, 1. You got this. Good. Yes. Really feel that extension as you reach up and overhead, pushing that weight. If you have the weight, almost like an explosive movement, rotating through the leg, all the way up to the hands. Here we go. Almost there. 10 seconds. You got this. Good. And pause. Woo! All right. Go ahead, put those weights down. You're going to need whatever it is you're using for gliders. Okay? Put them on the ground and put your toe pads on them. So your heels are off, your toes are on. 2 options here. Low intensity. Use a chair, or I'll demonstrate with a stool. Okay? Chair or stool. Place your hands on them. Come into your plank position. All right? And then just give me mountain climbers. One knee in and then the other. Trying to keep your torso stable relatively without moving. High intensity. We do not use the stool. You come down into a full arm extended plank on the ground. All right? And we do mountain climbers here. 40 seconds. I love doing these with the gliders. Let's begin in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. Good. Here we go. Sink knee to chest. Trying to keep that torso stable. Push through those shoulders. Engage that core. I'm going to come check you out. Keep going. You're more than halfway there. Lift up that thumb just a little. Draw that core in. Here we go. Here we go. Engage that core, girlfriend. Lift up. Yeah. And stop. You're good. So when you're feeling like, when you get tired, we all get tired doing this, right? When we get tired, we start to lower down through those hips. See the difference there? It's because we're starting to lose the engagement of the core. Instead of doing that, just slow down the movement so that we can keep our abdominals lifted. All right? Next move. We're going to come down to the mat. We're going to give ourselves a little hamstring pull. So if you are using the gliders, you're going to put them under your heel. Lay all the way down, bring your heels close to your bum. We come up into a bridge. Okay, low intensity. You extend one leg out. Exhale, bring it back. And then the other, and bring it back. All right, press into those hands. High intensity. You send both legs out, and then both legs back. You're trying to keep your hips in space at the same place throughout the entire thing. It's quite hard. It's quite challenging. If you do not have gliders, you're just going to step out one and one. I guess you could slowly walk out with both and walk back with both if you want. Let's go now. Let's start. Here we go. Good. Try to keep those hips lifted. Try not to lower. Yeah, feel a difference there. Try not to lower them. Good. Let's bounce. Better. You're balancing a glass of water on top of your waistline. You've got 10 seconds. Here we go. And lower it down. take a quick breather. We're done with round one. I know, crazy, right? We're done, right? Yeah, we're done with round one. We're gonna do that all again. And then we're gonna do a speed round. Because that's the time we got. Let me put the fan on real quick. Maybe grab a quick sip of water if you have it. Bring the heart rate back down. Cool. All right, so we start again with those side kicks. And then you land down. Give me 3 skaters, modified skaters, and then up to the side kick. Okay? Let's begin in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Good. Here we are. Good. Exhale on that lift. Control the lower of that leg. And then land really soft on your toes. Shift your weight towards your heels. Good. Here we go. Almost there. 10 seconds. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Ooh, we're going to feel that tomorrow. Feel right there. Other side, same thing. Let's begin. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Good. Here we go. Nice. Yeah, add those hand weights if you want the weighted arms. Knee is straight. That leg is completely straight as it lifts and lowers, already halfway there. Abs are drawn in to support the balance. Here we go. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring it down. Right there, right there. Woo. All right, next is our squat. So, feet are narrower, about hip distance apart, sits bones distance apart, a little narrower than the hips. We come down, jump up, core to turn for high intensity, or elbow to opposite knee for low intensity. All right, low intensity just means no impact on the joints, doesn't mean no cardio. Let's pick it up in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Feel free to switch between high and low intensity if you need to. Keep breathing. Notice where your center of gravity is. You got this. Almost there. Come on, girlfriend. You got it. You got it. 10 seconds. Keep breathing. And bring it down. Woo! That really gets the heart rate up. All right. Next, we've got our second position squat up into that diagonal reach, overhead reach. All right. Option to use your hand weights or not. Let's begin. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Really think about extension through that side body. Feel free to rotate in the torso while keeping the pelvis facing forward. So even though you're lifting up those heels, when you're reaching, that same heel as the arm that's reaching, you're rotating from the hip of that leg and not necessarily from the pelvis. Good, keep going. Beautiful. Yes. And bring it down. All right. Got our mountain climbers next. With or without gliders, depending if you have them or not. On an elevated surface or hands on the ground in full arm extension. Let's find our position and begin in 3, 2, 1. I'm going to watch your form. Good. Here we go, here we go. Try to keep the torso still so that when you're bringing them up, your shoulders really don't move. Yeah. I'd rather you go slower and keep that form so that when you pick it up, there's not as much of a bounce. Here we go. Good. Better. Forces you to engage a little bit deeper and pause. Yeah, I know. That's what happens. That's what happens when you get all these direct hands-on corrections. You're like, I'm never doing this ever again. This girl is crazy. Right? That's probably what you're thinking. All right, let's come down to the mat. Lie on our backs. Come into our bridge position. All right, arms are long. Lift that bum. Low intensity, single leg extends. Exhale, pull it back. Other leg extends. Exhale, pull it back. High intensity, both legs go out. Exhale, bring it back. You're trying to keep those hips at the same height in space throughout the whole thing. Pick it up in 3, 2, 1, go. Here we go. Option to have your hands support your bum or your low back to help you get a sense of the movement, or your hands press into the ground. Abs are tight. Here we go. I'm going to check you out. Good. Yeah, that gives you feedback. Hands on the hips gives you feedback. You're balancing water on there. Beautiful. And pause. Bring it down. Yeah. Take a breather. All right, the only thing we've got left is our speed round. So we have a little water break. Our speed round, we're going to do 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off instead of 40 seconds and 20. So it's literally half. I'm sweating up a storm. Here we go. All right, let's get it ready. First thing we got, side lift, 3 skaters. You know what to do. Let's pick it up in 3, 2, 1. 20 seconds on. Here we go. Almost there, already halfway there. And pause. Good. 10-second breather. Then we go. Then we go. All right, let's get ready for the next one. And begin in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Other side. Good. Keep it up. Almost there. 5 seconds to go. And pause. All right, 10-second break. Next one is our squat to quarter turn, or rotate opposite elbow, opposite knee. Let's begin in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Narrow squat, up, top, into a quarter turn and back. Or good. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and pause. All right. Love speed rounds. These are great. Next one. Wide second leg squat into full overhead extension, twist, okay? Let's begin in 3, 2, 1. 20 seconds on. Halfway there. Here we go. Abs are pulled in and back towards the spine for 5, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Woo! All right. Next, we've got those mountain climbers. Get your equipment ready. We're going to begin in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Abs are pulled in tight. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it on up. All right, last thing, and we're pulling it down. On our back, hamstring pull in a bridge position. Let's begin in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 20 seconds. Single leg or double. You pick your poison. Make sure as you extend those legs, your hips don't lower. Also, your knee stays in line with your hips, your heels in line with your knees. Here we go, last one, and bring it down. While we're on the floor, let's just extend those legs long overhead and take a full body stretch. We are done with this circuit. Woo, that was good. Let's bring down the heart rate. Good. On your next inhale, draw your right knee into your chest and keep your leg long, getting a little bit of a hip extension stretch here on the left side. Should be feeling a little bit in that hip there. And then send your right elbow, your right arm out to the side, either full extension or in like a half W. And exhale as you draw that right leg across the left side body, looking out over the right shoulder. Getting a nice little spine twist action here. Maybe even stretching out that side butt that we worked. I'm feeling that. Go ahead, inhale, draw that leg back up through center, extend it long. Exhale as you draw your left knee into your chest, the right leg stays long. A little bit of a stretch here in the front of that right hip. And then hold on to that shin with your right hand, send your left arm out to the side. Exhale as you draw that left knee across the right side body, looking out over the left shoulder. Inhale as you draw that leg up through center, plant that foot on the ground, keeping that knee bent. Lift your right leg towards the sky and then cross it across the left thigh and hug that left thigh into your chest. Get a nice glute stretch here. Go ahead and plant that foot down, uncross those legs, plant your right foot down now, keep that right knee bent, send your left leg straight toes to the sky, and then cross it across the right thigh, pulling your right thigh into your chest. And breathe. Go ahead and plant that foot down, uncross those legs, extend your legs long. Take one more full body stretch here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale as you start to lift your arms up off of the ground behind you, and then exhale as you start to curl it all the way up and hinge forward, taking a nice forward fold stretch here. Inhale to a nice tall spine. Cross your legs in front of you. Swing yourself forward. Plant your hands down and straighten your legs. Uncross them. Grab opposite elbows with opposite hands. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Go ahead and release your hands down to the ground. Inhale, come up just halfway. Place your hands on your shins and extend your spine long. Exhale, refold, hands coming back down towards the ground. Inhale, starting to roll that spine all the way up, stacking one vertebrae on top of the other. Head coming up last. And we're all set. That was great.